Can you please explain to the listeners why you study special education law?
I study special education law because special education has become a trash can for young black boys who people do not want to teach in the regular classroom. I don't mean to insinuate that every black boy in special education was inappropriately classified and placed. There are children in special ed who need the service. I know because I diagnose all of the special education conditions, and there are black kids who are retarded, autistic, who do have some significant learning disabilities. There are some black children who are emotionally disturbed. I'm not talking about those who are rightfully placed, but what I am saying is that I estimate that about 75% of all the black children in special education, male and female, are only there because they were miseducated. Nobody wants to help them get educated, and everybody wants to make money off of them by putting them in special ed. Every time I put one of your brothers and sisters in special education, Princess, the school and or district gets extra money to educate them. So black boys and black girls, but especially the boys, are being used as an extra source of revenue for schools or districts who don't have enough money. In other words, educational slavery is the state of existence for black children in the schoolhouse. Just like many of our ancestors were brought over here and used to work so that they can make money for white folks, today black boys are being put in special education and put on psychotropic drugs so they can continue to make money for white folks. Remember, slavery has never ended. It only changes form. And if you don't recognize the different faces of slavery, one day you'll find that you are a slave yourself. So it is very important for black people to scrutinize everything that goes on around us. One of the things we suffer from in our community, as scholar warrior Dr. Leonard Jeffries has so well articulated, is a paralysis of analysis. And the black community, we suffer from a paralysis of analysis. Intellectually, we are unable to evaluate white systems, ideas, and institutions because we are too in love with white people. To give you an example of what I mean, if I'm dating a sister and I'm totally infatuated with this sister, and I think she's the most beautiful woman who ever walked the earth, the most intelligent sister to ever inhabit the globe, if I have to evaluate whether or not she is really in Brother Umar's best interest, if I have to evaluate whether or not this is a sister I should consider building a family with, if I have to evaluate whether or not she will be a good support and a good compliment for me and my political work, it will be difficult to do that. Why? Because I am emotionally infatuated with her. It is difficult to critically and not analyze anything or anyone when you are emotionally attached to it. And black people are emotionally attached to white people. Some of us are in love with them. Some of us are in fear of them, and most of us love and fear them. And as a result of our hero worship of Europeans, it makes it almost impossible for us to analyze what they do because we have been trained through slavery and modern white supremacy that the white man doesn't make mistakes. And since black people have a belief that white people cannot make mistakes and that white is always right, we can never critically analyze anything because we assume that he is God on earth. And until we demystify him and stop treating him like the earth superhero, we will never be able to come out from under white supremacy, because in order to change your external condition, you must first change your internal reality, i.e. your thought process. So if black people don't start thinking differently about white folk and white supremacy, we will always be under their control.